Now, the number of Confederate monuments around the country has become a rallying cry for change.
Indeed, but do they have important historical value? Joining us now is Dr. Matt Clavin, professor of history at the University of Houston.
Dr. Clavin, thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome.
A lot of people are talking about this, and a lot of people on our Facebook page have been commenting saying, if you take these statues down, you are actually trying to erase history. Is that really what it is?
It's not really erasing history. What it is removing is a celebration of a movement that was based ultimately in treason. I mean, what the Confederate States of America did was they broke the United States into two pieces. And it was led by men who were willing to die and kill to destroy the United States. And so there are plenty of ways to remember the Confederacy. As a professor, as a teacher, you must study it. This is a crucial part of American history. It's a defining moment, the Civil War, in American history. So that's what the classroom is for, that's what the school books are for. But these public spaces, which have always been highly contested and will remain so, really probably is no place to commemorate or even celebrate the Confederacy. I mean, we don't want to celebrate, in Germany, they don't want to celebrate the Nazis. In the United States, we don't have monuments to the Klan. And there probably shouldn't be monuments to the Confederacy either.
There's so many symbols of the Confederacy. Will it be impossible to remove all these tributes, if you will?
You know, I was reading recently, and they pretty much have the number down to several hundred. You know, these things were all erected in formal public processes. Laws were passed. So no, I think you can pretty much remove them. That's not to say someone won't put up a statue of Robert Lee on their front lawn.
Yeah.
And you can't stop that. That is freedom of speech. But in a public realm, I think it is possible to remove all those relics.
Obviously a hot topic here. Hundreds of people, like I said, commented on our Facebook page. A common theme there was, who really knows the history over the war? This was a comment from Chris. He says, was it really over slavery? No, it was not. It was over the North trying to impose more taxes over cotton, not about slavery. True or false?
That's false. You know, it's unfortunate, and nothing's more distressing to a historian than the idea that we don't know the facts, that the facts are unknowable.
Yes.
And what I love about history is the facts are always open to interpretation. What is not disputable is that the Confederate States of America was rooted in both the defense of slavery and, just as importantly, is white supremacy. In the Texas Declaration of Secession, I believe the phrase was, the debasing doctrine of racial equality is what Texans were joining the Confederacy for. Alexander Stephens, Vice President of the Confederacy, he said that the great truth is that the Negro is not equal to the white man. And so it's not just slavery, which is crucial. Obviously, it's the leading cause of the Civil War. But white racial supremacy is equally, maybe even more important. And the idea that it was taxes or any other sort of law or tariff, it's just not based in historical truth. There are websites that promote that idea,
sure.
But that doesn't make it true, it doesn't make it real.
Quickly, here's another one. Steve says, Sam Houston refused to have anything to do with the Confederacy, and neither should we.
Again, I think we do not want to forget about the Confederacy. Sam Houston is just a remarkable figure. I love his story because, like most figures, he complicates things.
Yeah.
History is not black and white. Sam Houston was pretty much an opponent of slavery, yet he owned slaves. And he promoted the colonization of African Americans, removed them from the United States. He was anti-secession, so he was just his own man. And he doesn't fit very easily into a lot of these pigeonholes we try to put historical figures. So no, we don't want to forget Sam Houston. We don't want to forget about the Confederacy. But again, the question is, do we want to celebrate them, or the Confederacy in particular? And I think, you know, the answer is no.
Yeah, yet it's still a debate in our country,
For sure.
Interestingly enough. Dr. Matt Clavin with U of H, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate it.